Now in this video, we will going to take up one more problem on shaft, the problem number 21. Compare the weight of solid shaft with that of a hollow one, having the same length to transmit a given power at a given speed. If the material used for both the shaft is same, the inside diameter of hollow shaft is 0.6 times the outer diameter. So this has been asked in December 2009 and January 2010. So first we are going to analyze this. We have the same length, so LH will be equal to LS, and similarly TH will be equal to TS, same power and same speed. So torque comes with the both together, because capital N will be equal to 2 pi N into T by 60,000 kilowatt, and the material is same, that is GH is equal to GS and tau H will be equal to tau S. So WS will be equal to WH, which is same material. The inside diameter of the hollow shaft, which is DI, will be equal to 0.6 into D naught. So first one, comparison of weight based on the torsion strength. So what is the torsion strength, which is T by tau will be equal to ZP. As TH is equal to TS, therefore tau H is equal to tau H. So torsional strength of hollow shaft, which is ZPS, will be equal to ZPH. So what is that? Pi dq by 16 will be equal to pi by 16 into d naught to the power of 4 minus di to the power of 4 divided by d naught. So what is d cube? Will be equal to, because pi by 16 will get cancels, which will be equal to d naught to the power of 4, open the bracket, 1 minus di by d naught whole to the power of 4 and close the bracket. The entire thing is divided by d naught. So d naught will get cancelled. So d cube will be equal to d naught cube into 1 minus 0.6 d naught. So 0.6 into 0.6 to the power of 4. On further simplification, you will going to get d cube will be equal to 0.8704 into d naught cube. So d will be equal to 0.954 into d naught by taking the cube root. So once you get that, so now we will going to have weight will be equal to volume into specific weight of the material. So what is volume? Which is area into length into specific weight of the material. So that will be equal to capital A into small l into small w. So weight of solid shaft divided by the weight of hollow shaft, which is AS into LS into small ws divided by AH into LH into WH. So WS, capital WS by capital WH will be equal to capital AS by AH. So because LS will be equal to LH and small ws will be equal to small WH. So therefore, you substitute the pi d square by 4 divided by pi into d naught square minus di square, close the bracket, by 4. So pi by 4 get cancelled. So that will be equal to d square. The entire thing is divided by d naught square minus di square. So again, which will be equal to d square and d square divided by taking the d naught square, the common factor, d naught square into 1 minus di by d naught, the whole square. So on further simplification, so we know the value of d square, which is 0.9548 square into d naught square divided by d naught square into 1 minus 0.6 square. So d naught square gets cancelled. So it will be 1.4244. So the weight of the solid shaft divided by the weight of the hollow shaft will be 1.4244. So second one is the comparison of weight based on the torsional rigidity. So what is torsional rigidity? Which is T by theta, which will be equal to G into JP by L. So torsional rigidity of the solid shaft is equal to torsional rigidity of the hollow shaft. So that means GH into JPH will be equal to GH into JPH. So GS is equal to GH, which is because it is same material. So JPS will be equal to JPH. So now pi d to the power of 4 by 32 will be equal to pi into d naught to the power of 4 minus di to the power of 4 and close the bracket divided by 32. So pi by 32 and pi by 32 gets cancelled. So it will be d to the power of 4 will be equal to taking the common factor d naught to the power of 4 into 1 minus di by d naught whole to the power of 4 and close the bracket. So therefore d to the power of 4 will be equal to d naught to the power of 4 into 1 minus 0.6 to the power of 4 and close the bracket, which will be equal to, taking the fourth root, you will going to get it as 0.8704 into d to the power of 4. So D will be equal to fourth root of 0.8704 into D to the power of 4 will give you 0.966 into D naught. So weight of the solid shaft by the weight of the hollow shaft will be equal to pi d square by 4 into length of the solid shaft into specific weight of the solid shaft divided by 4. The entire thing is divided by pi by 4 into, open the bracket, d naught square minus di square and close the bracket, into LH into WH, small WH. As we know, LS and WS and LH and WH are equal, and pi by 4 get cancels. Therefore, d square, the entire thing is divided by, taking the common factor, d naught square into 1 minus di by d naught, the whole square, and close the bracket. So substitute this, d square will be equal to, that is 0.966 square into d naught square divided by d naught square into 1 minus 0.6 square, close the bracket, will be equal to 1.458. So therefore, the weight of the solid shaft divided by the weight of the hollow shaft will be equal to 1.458. So this is how you will be able to analyze and solve this particular problem. Thank you.